What's happening, my crew? What's a good word? Hope all is well. As you see, I'm up in the corner. Let's get into the chat before we get started. OG Ruby Almighty, congratulations on 80K. Ruby, I would get them like, I guess 10,000. And I would, honestly, I was like embarrassed. Like, am I supposed, it says share all the time. But it was my way of letting everybody know that, as small as we are, we're getting views, I guess. And honestly, I think 40,000 of them came in like the last 2 months, 2.5 months. So whatever we're doing, believe me, we're working hard at it. And that's it. It's great to see everybody here for a football show. I'm going to try to, my partner, who was supposed to be on with me tonight, is stuck working overtime on his job. So he's on his father's shit list right now. So that being said, we will have a great show. He'll pop in if he gets home in time. But we will have another guest that's going to make an appearance with us tonight, making his debut if he chooses to. The link is there. But before we get into it, and we're going to get into it, this is the last draft show before our draft party, which will be next Thursday night, and we'll make it a good one. I just want to say hello, and then I have something I want to say about a couple of people in this chat. Matty Boy, what's happening? Nick, always great, brother. Bobby, what's happening, my friend? Stevie Boy, OG Ruby, pleasure, always. Cinnamon Girl, Roy, all the way, my man. You know it. You spoke today. Davey T, my man. You saw the thumbnail, Davey T. That was for you, Davey T. I know you know that. Only you, buddy, gets a special thumbnail. So I did a lot of homework on your Bears. Absolutely, Roy. We got a lot to talk about. Cinnamon Girl. Not enough words for you, my friend. Maddie again. And, we're not supposed to pay any mind to these clowns, but I enjoy it actually sometimes. So we had this character come in. I got a call early about this guy that came in and he said some funny stuff about me. So I think it's worthy of sharing because it's in the chat. I left it there for a reason. I don't want to get rid of him. I wanted to say that. I invited him to come on as a gentleman, be a man, show your face, and whatever it is you want to say, say. You might not like the answer, or maybe you'll realize, act like a man, act like a gentleman. There's no need to be stupid. So that's why he got a whole bunch of stupid answers from me. So, ladies, you might not want to read what I wrote back, but this needed to be said. He said that I met you one evening with gas, meaning, I guess, gas pipe. I had an all-white Seville. How you been? So, obviously, he's a moron. And what's crazy is this is the same gentleman that used the same name when Dr. Seuss was here. So, tells me one of two things. You're either friendly with Dr. Seuss or you are Dr. Seuss. So, as you know, or maybe you don't know, you could read what I wrote. Like I said, oh, that was you? Holy shit, that's amazing. How great are you? Great to hear from you, Chad. I heard things weren't going good for you, with the tape coming out of you blowing your porter. Sorry to hear about that. Sorry to repeat that. Laugh out loud. Hey, all kidding aside, Chad. Good shit. Why don't you come on tonight and you can tell me what's on your mind and you could score some more points. But all kidding aside, Are you upset that Dr. Seuss is gone? I'm sorry. Let me make it up to you, really. By the way, Hobbit. Um, by the way, Hobbit. I'm not from that era, but I'm going to you for you and your pals sell some great T-shirts just for you. And I'm a man of my word. So please come on the show tonight and say what you need to say with no avatar. And I'm gonna promise you this: I will sell some merchandise just for Mr. McDonough with his name, whether it's real or fake, and we'll create something very special. You see, what a lot of guys don't know about me, nobody loves to break chops and have a great laugh more than me. So I love it. Bring it on, but you better be prepared to handle what might come back at you. Not physically, right? It's all in good fun. So, Chad, wherever you're hiding in whatever rock you crawled out from under, you probably ran back under it. Tell Dr. Seuss, green eggs and ham, I am. Good luck. Don't come back to New York. He knows that. Take care. With that being said, Roy, I just want to address something. Let's get right into having our show. I just wanted to let people know we had a clown jump in. I will now take it off the screen. I know somebody might have read it and said, "What's Craig doing?" We don't want drama, but unfortunately, sometimes drama comes to us, and we have a decision to make. You know, ignore it, let it go. So I'll address it this time. We'll ban user and delete their comments, but I wanted to give him an opportunity to come on. So if I ban him right now, you know, that doesn't give him that opportunity. So, you know what I mean? So I'll leave the comment up a little bit more. You know, maybe him or one of his friends want to come in and represent him. Maybe they didn't like it, some things I said about I don't know if he's with the Mafia Fanboy Club, the Historian Club, or um, the group that said the Associates Club. So either way, we'll get T-shirts for everybody. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Mateo, what's happening, my brother? There's a link if you want to. We spoke. It's up to you, pal. 1,000,000%. There's a link in the chat. I will put it back up. 1 second. It's somewhere in there, but I want to do it again. And then we're going to get right into this, and we'll do what we do. If anybody knows me, I probably enjoy this the most. I've been clear on that. But this channel just ain't about me. That's for sure. But let me get to what I had to say, because I know, Roy, it's late, and I appreciate you coming on. I want to thank every last one of our community. Duke, what's happening, my brother? Great to see you back tonight. I hope you like football. That's where we're going tonight. I want to thank every last member of this community, especially the Constance, our chat group. Special people. I can't believe I pretty much have so many emails and phone numbers of everybody. Became very close with a good amount. I mean, extremely. Like a brotherhood has formed. My man, Mateo, we're going to move you over, my brother. This way that big bird ain't in your way. And by the way, that bird shouldn't be there, but I'll deal with StreamYard.
Can you hear me?
Mateo, boy, I got to tell you, they don't know this, but I'm going to tell them in a little while. You are much better looking than your father. No, I'm serious. A lot of people tell me my children are better looking than me. I argue with them. No, I got ugly kids. No, they know that. I mean, I tell them they're ugly. You're a good looking guy, man.
Thank you. I agree with you. I do think I'm better
And,
looking.
I just hope I don't hear nothing back. He might be in the chat. It's good to see you, Mateo. We're going to have a good time tonight.
Good to
Duke,
see you
great
too.
to see you. I just want to say something, Mateo, and then we're going to get right into it. We're going to get the simulator going, and we're going to talk some football. All right, brother? Sounds good to you?
Sounds good. Yeah.
All right, good, man. I want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart for being a family because that's how I see us here. I really do. I don't say words to say them. Anybody that knows me, I'd rather not say any words at all. So I tell someone I love them, I mean it. It's not a figure of speech. For the ones that I don't love, it's very hard to say. But this isn't about that. Roy, I want to tell you you're a special man. And to keep you up late at night and you come in here and you get up early for work in the morning and you're all the way where you are across, everybody knows Ireland. So, and it's late now. So I just want to thank you for those amazing words you said about so many people in this chat. You had amazing things to say to me in a message, not a text message, with your voice, real words. And you talk so like you made me feel great about what we're doing here. And you know what? The chat, I want them to know the beautiful words and love you what you had to say about them and how great you feel to be in this part of this community. And I just want to thank you for taking that time out to send a message like that. And thank you for thinking highly of all of us because we feel the same way about you, the way we feel the same way about every last person that is in that chat. And I love you, bud. Be safe. I know you got to get up early. I just wanted to tell you that. And by the way, Jimmy comes in right at the right time. Jimmy, we got Roy. Roy had called me all the way from the other side across the pond to mention so many people in our group. You happen to be one of them, and how much respect and love he has for this community group and you and just about everybody. But I want you to know the message I got today, and I'm going to let that's between me and Roy, but I hope he's not upset. We really appreciate you, Roy, like we appreciate everybody. Tonight was your night to get a little love, and it's well deserved. Thank you. I hope I give it to everybody because I try to tell you guys every night how much I appreciate you. But this was I wanted everybody to know. Now enough of the drama and kumbaya shit. You came here to argue with me about football, so let's do it. Roy, good night, my brother. I know this ain't your thing. Be well. We'll see you Friday night with brother Jim. All right, let's do it. All right, get that simulator going. All right. Um, Mateo, let me ask you a question, my buddy. Let me
Yeah.
ask you something. Uh, I was privy to watch some of your game film. Personally, I happen to know your dad. He sent me some game film on you. He did not send it to me from the point of view of tell me what you think, but that's just my natural instinct to do that.
Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't say this just because you're here and I love your father. I would just say that's great that he played football. That's awesome. A
Yeah.
lot of life lessons in the game of football, as I'm sure you could attest to.
Yeah. I agree
A
for sure.
lot of life lessons in the game of football that you learn later on.
Yeah.
Did you start playing at a young age?
Yeah. I started when I was in about grade 6 or 7. And yeah, I played all up until last year, which was my last year of high school.
That's awesome. That's awesome because so many things. I started young, very young, like 6 years old. I was in equipment playing. Back then, it was it was normal. 5 year olds banging their heads. I just sent your dad a picture of my grandson, Antonio, who's not he's trying to get here. We'll see if he gets on. He's 6 years. He's just not even six yet. He's playing. He's traveling. They've got them traveling. Yeah, it's crazy here in the states. They travel New York to Texas. We got 6 year olds playing in California. I mean, 3,000 miles away. It's crazy.
It's a lot more
But,
intense in the States too.
yeah, but there was so many lessons I learned in life from from a team point of view that later in life, when I got into any sort of organizational, supervisory, management type position, or just being a team player in any walk of life, there was always things I drew from football that were lessons,
Yeah,
and they carry on till today. Your dad knows I was working with Junior, as he says, and one of his buddies, and I was doing some strength and conditioning with them. And a lot of this stuff is, yes, it's a different game and a different thing, but I run them through a lot of stuff we did in football to get that heart rate going. So
yeah.
even then, in those times, but let's get into it. I know they don't want to hear me talking about this. I'm happy to have you. You always have a seat here, always, whenever you want. And congratulations. I won't get into it. When you're ready to explode what you're doing, you always have a home here to announce whatever it is that you're doing.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that.
And hopefully, we'll be at a point where we'll have even more views and more people will get to see what you do, and it can help. You know,
Yeah,
that's how
thank
I
you.
feel. Now, what we're going to do is the way we normally do it. Absolutely. Okay. Um, the way we usually do it, like when I have to say his name, Duke. You got it, my brother. You talk to you later. All right, Duke. Thanks for coming in, my man. Um, what we usually do is it's not that we break down plays. We got past that. We were doing that early on, but now we were about 9 nights out from draft night, and draft is always big for not just football, the average football fan. Um, it's really for the intense guy that watches college football, that's a film junkie, that loves to study tape. So, like when your dad sent me tape of you playing,
Yeah,
it was like automatic. Me and one of my sons were actually breaking down your tape. It just, not, and, I noticed nice size, attacks the ball, create space. You're open. You're always open. Tell me when if I'm saying anything that I didn't see. You're open down the middle of the field. You're tough to cover because of your size, your extension, your wingspan. On film, that's what I see.
yeah.
Um, you looked. I guessed. I told your dad. I believe his 40 is in this range. If I had to guess from what I saw on tape, I don't know if I was right or wrong. You had some quickness to you. You had good feet. So what I'm saying is it's a natural thing. So this is what this is about, but the draft is crazy. It's a crazy time. I don't know how big it is up north, but it's crazy here in the States. It's totally crazy. Me and Bobby and many other guys, we back and forth. So what we're gonna do tonight is for Davey T, who's a Chicago Bear fan. I made that thumbnail for the Chicago Bears. He's a big Chicago Bear fan. We're gonna do a mock simulation. We might have a trade involved, an unexpected trade. Maybe if my phone's gonna ring and I'll play the GM of that team that's looking to make a deal. If that happens, that happens. I can't predict if that's going to happen. And if you feel comfortable making selections, that's up to you. If you just want to, after I make a selection, maybe you'll have a comment on it or not. That as well is up to you. You could be
Okay.
my right hand man on the stage here tonight, or you could actively, we could go pick for pick. and get through this, or I'll explain why I make the pick. You might want to ask me why I took a player where I took him. That's up to you.
Yeah, I don't know too much about some
The
of these college
college.
guys. So
All right. So when I take a player, if you want to feed me that whatever question you have on your mind, I think that'll work great.
okay,
You feed it to me, Craig. Why do you pick him there? Why do you like him? And maybe
okay, sounds
I
good.
guarantee I'll have an answer for you. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah,
You're my partner for tonight. Let's roll. Hope everybody's ready to roll. So here we go. Let's get this mock simulator going. And with, hold on, we're back again. And we're back again. With the first pick. With the first pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears are now on the clock. That's what they would normally say. They boo the commissioner. As everybody in the chat who watches the draft knows, nobody likes Goodell. I'm one of them. So with the first pick, there's not going to be a surprise here. It will be quarterback, Southern California, Caleb Williams with the first pick. Anybody in the chat got anything to say on Caleb Williams going with the first pick in the first round? I want to touch on, and anytime you want to shoot a question at me, you go right ahead. I'm going to say something first, Mateo.
okay.
David T, I know you're a Bears fan, and for anybody that's listening that might just like football in general, or maybe we're learning something. You're interested in learning, maybe we'll have some laughs here tonight as well. I've been watching tape for a long time. Some of the best evaluators that get paid a lot of money. Absolutely. I didn't want to say, sounds like you know this guy, Nick. You know this kid? You know this kid, Mateo, that's up on the screen? You know him? Because he's a good looking kid. I talked to his father today. I don't know. No, there's no way there's a relation here.
There can be.
So, as maybe you guys know, I'm going to get into the Bears right now, but before, let's clear it up. Mateo is the son of Nick, and Nick's a good looking guy. All right. So, Nick, I'll take it back, buddy. All right. So, I'm glad everybody welcomed Nick and welcome his son, Mateo. He's part of the family. So, let's go. Here we go. So, Chicago Bears, Davey, let's talk about it. You got to take Caleb Williams here. Here's the problem. I don't see a problem. First of all, I've been watching tape for a long time. That's where I was at. I've been studying film. I learned from some executives. When I stopped playing ball, due to the fact that school was a problem for me, I still played up until I was 23. I was playing what they called unlimited. I was still playing. I had a daughter. My daughter was born. I was still playing. It's like kind of like you never know type thing. Maybe somebody gets some film on you, whatever. Wasn't going to work out. Wouldn't work out. Well, whether I was good enough or not, that didn't matter. It wasn't happening. But I immediately always enjoyed the scouting end of it, the GM end of it, the decision making. So I started out watching high school football and trying to figure out if they were good enough. I would sit in a high school stadium and try to figure out, Mateo, if this kid's got what it takes to play. Absolutely, Matt. I didn't want to say that, but that's what they called it back then. So I used to try to figure out if somebody had what it took to get from high school to college. Then I kind of transitioned, and I happened to learn. I read a lot. I knew from playing, but it's different. Read a lot, and then I had the opportunity to get close to a couple of executives that they weren't at the time. They were assistant coaches in the league, and then they went on to be executives. So I got to pick their brain. I got to study how they studied and how to evaluate and stuff like that. So then you develop your own way. So believe me, a lot of work goes into why I say Caleb Williams is a great pick for the Bears. I'll get to the only downside of it. Um, Caleb Williams, in my opinion, is the best college football tape I've seen since Andrew Luck has come out. I don't know whoever remembers Andrew Luck, what year he came out. It's the best quarterback film I've broken down since Andrew Luck, and I've watched it enough. Anybody I talk about, it's a minimum of 10 hours. It's hours and hours and hours. It's insanity. But it's a passion, right? So Caleb Williams, to me, can do those special things that some of these other guys, yes, they can. And I'll talk about them when they get picked. He is that guy that can do the special things. Would I be a little bit concerned about um, his personality? It might be, but obviously Chicago feels good about what they heard from him and whatnot. So if we're basing everything off of what your eyes tell you, he definitely passes everything you want. He's mobile. He can move. He's got arm strength. He can make the off-schedule plays like Mahomes make. I'm not comping him to Mahomes, but he can do things that you don't see guys do. If there's a small little knock on him, it's his height. He's only 6'1". Me, I would love to see that 6'4". But game film, he's played in the best conferences and dominated in both. I have no knock on him outside if he paints his fingernails pink. And it's from a football point of view. He walks around with stuffed animals. Listen, if that's going to make you a better quarterback for the team, then paint your face. I don't care what you do. Just play on Sundays. So, Mateo, that's how I arrived at Caleb Williams. Started at Oklahoma. When the head coach at Oklahoma, Lincoln Riley, left to go to take the job at USC, he followed him and transferred right to USC. Played the 2 seasons there.
So what makes him better than Drake May?
What you like Drake May?
I've seen a bit of both of them. I just don't really know the differentiation between them.
All right, so I'm going to get to it now. So I just want to close out. I want to tell Davey something about the Bears. The problem, it's not a problem. I think they're making the right selection. I think it would have been too much to put Justin Fields through another coordinator. Now he's at the point where Justin Fields is going to have to get paid. Like the Steelers are going to have to make a decision on him. So they're either going to have to pick up his 5th-year option with a new offense again. Yes, he might go on to be the future for Pittsburgh. But from the Bears standpoint, I think, like I said, it's the old 3-year rule. And it wasn't, maybe it's not the kid's fault. I do think he's got accuracy issues that stem from his footwork while throwing. I don't want to get into all of that. I'll keep you here forever. He did get a little better, much better. He can run as he's big, strong. He gives you everything. He's the dual threat. It's everything you want. We got to get he needs a good quarterback coach and the right system. I think he could be special. But from a standpoint of rebooting it and starting over, I agree with the move the Bears are making there. Caleb Williams, hands down. We'll see. We'll know 3 years from now. That's when you know. So I do believe in that 3-year rule. If after 3 years I don't know what I have with you, I don't need to see you in the 4th. Time to go. That's just a rule that's been applied by some of the greatest evaluators and GMs and coaches. So after 3 years, if we're still wishy washy on you, I don't need to see you in the fourth year. So let's get to pick number 2. I hope I didn't go too much, Davey, on your Bears. I think you're solid. At quarterback, I think we'll see what we do with the 9th pick when that comes up. So with the 2nd pick, the Washington old Redskins, now the Commanders, will take quarterback Jaden Daniels. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm not a betting man. I don't gamble. I told you guys that. I used to, and I lost everything I ever bet on. That's why I stopped. I'll tell you this. I went back and forth on this for months. Antonio, too, and others I speak to. When you connect the dots, there's a lot of tea leaves. You know the old saying, follow the money. That's how you find who's connected to who. Well, here's my thing. Drake May is special. We'll get to him when he gets picked. I believe Jaden Daniels offers. He's more accurate. He's a much more polished thrower at this point than Drake May is. Drake May had some horrific cannon of an arm. He's got it all. I'll get to him. Jaden Daniels can run. He's got Lamar Jackson type speed, but he doesn't have Lamar Jackson type shiftiness. So whereas you would say Lamar Jackson is like a Barry Sanders type, with the quick twitch, Jaden's not that. He's fast. He's quick, but he takes hits. So at 210, that scares me a little bit. But his accuracy is second to none. I think it's a no-brainer with the offensive coordinator they just brought in, who was the head coach with the Cardinals, and who also was at UFC and coached Caleb for a while. Cliff Kingsbury is now the oh, Tonio, you want a link? Jump on. You just got home, or are you just saying hello? If you do, we got Mateo. This is Nick's son up on the board. If you want to jump in, you jump in. You let me know. Take a shower. Do whatever you got to do. So I'm at pick 2, Jaden Daniels to the Commanders. I think he's the pick here. As a matter of fact, these 2 picks, if I was a betting man, I would bet just about anything that this is where they go. And Cliff Kingsbury, the coordinator for the Commanders now, this is the guy he likes. If you think about who he had in Arizona, Kyler Murray, he likes to play a wide open offense, and he likes a quarterback that's mobile and can move. Tremendous accuracy. I would not be surprised as a rookie if he's in that 65%, 67% range. So that's why Jaden Daniels goes there. Anything, Mateo?
No, I actually don't know anything about Jaden Daniels.
Oh, all right, he came out of LSU. He's a transfer from Arizona State. Played there he's a little older. He's got, I think, 5-6 years of college ball in him due to the COVID stuff. Yeah, then he transferred, went to LSU. Now, some people say, well, he had a ton of talent around him. Okay. So that tells you what he does when he has a ton of talent.
Yeah.
That's okay for me. Some people like to knock that. Will he be the same player without that talent? Well, let's ask ourselves this. That's college. When you get to the NFL, I don't care who you are. You only get there because you're the best of the best. That's how you get to pro football.
Yeah.
So, yes, he did have 2 receivers that are going to go in the first round. No question about it. But I don't know. Send the link. You got to it's in the chat. All right. Now your father's going to be happy. Nick, you're going to be with Antonio and myself. I hope you stay with us. Please stay with us. That's up to you. if you're not in, if I'm talking too much, you don't know how to say shut up. I hate it. You can tell me at any time I'm out. But I enjoy having you up here, bud. Tonio, it's in the chat. So that's what we got on Jaden Daniels. He's fast. He can fly. We're getting there, Bobby. And I connect the dots. He's the pick at 2. If I'm wrong on those 2 picks, attack me next week. And I think they're easy ones to pick. I don't think they're hard. I had Drake May going there for a little bit, but no. We're going to go now 3 pick. Tonio's rushing to get in. Okay. There's some very hot spots in this draft. Trades are very hard to predict, but we're going to do a draft show on draft night. So when they announce a trade, we're going to predict what that trade is. Coming to the stage, none other than my man. Hold on, there's my grandson. Hold on, Tope. I'm going to try to get you a slot here. Go to layer. Hold on, my boy.
Over there.
So,
Yo,
Tope,
yo,
Tonio,
yo.
pull up the simulator on yours.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you pull up the simulator on yours?
Yeah.
Go to the one I'm using. Make the first 2 picks. We're up to pick 3.
Okay.
I'm going to pull this down because it won't let me give you a seat.
All right.
And you know how bad your father is with laying this shit out. Mateo, I apologize for this, and to the chat, I apologize for this slight delay.
No worries, Greg. I'm just gonna let you know I gotta leave in about 20 minutes.
You do what you got to do, my brother. It's a pleasure that you came on and gave us any of your time. What I wanted to ask you is, whenever the time comes that you feel comfortable with when things are going well in your whatever it is that you're studying and looking to do in life, please come back and share something. You're a humble guy. I know that. And I appreciate that and respect that very much.
Yeah.
I wish you nothing but the best. I thank you for coming on tonight, showing on the chat. Everybody, your face, and I'll still say you're better looking than your father. Okay?
For sure. I'll definitely come back with a story to tell.
All right, please do, my brother. Thank you, Mateo, and you, friends for life. You got it.
For sure.
I'll see you soon up there. Trust me.
It was nice to meet you, man.
It's a pleasure. You got it, my brother.
Take it easy.
Be well. Tonio.
Yo.
All right, that was Nick's son, Mateo. So
I didn't even get to chop it up.
All right, you want to say hello real quick to everybody because they're mad at you, man.
Out of work, man.
Yeah, because they don't want to hear from me. I got my own people saying they don't want to hear shit from me.
Who'd you go? You went Jaden Daniels and
right. So
Taylor, right?
You take it over. You got picks 3, 4, and 5. We don't have to get crazy with trades.
Yeah, no.
Nick, what a man. That's a good man. You did a great job, Nick. You and your wife, beautiful job. Fine young man. All right, Tonio, you got New England on the clock?
Yeah, I think they're going. I think we're gonna go Drake May here. I think that's a no-brainer. You have to put mine up. Take yours down and put mine up. Share screen. Mock draft. Share. I just shared it.
There it is.
All right, so we take Drake May there.
You got 4. You take 4 and 5 as well. Baywatcher, what's up, my brother? OG Ruby, I know it's football. I thank you for coming in. Don't worry. I promise you I'm going to throw the mozzarella. I'll scream it out Sunday. Me and Timmy Harris.
I got
Arizona, where everybody knows it's a big pressure spot here. We could have a trade here, but we're not going to do the trade. I feel New
we're
England's
not
going to
doing
go with
trades, right?
Daniels. I
We're not
think.
going trades here, right?
What's that?
We're not doing trades, right?
You know what? You never know if I get antsy. I got a lot of Giant fans clamoring for a trade. That's why your phone. That's why you got picks 3 and 4 or 5. You might get a phone call shortly. I don't know. We'll see.
What's going on, Baywatcher? If we're not going to do trades, I mean, I'll stick to just doing the draft.
And we'll save it for next week for the draft party.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear.
All right. So you know what? You take a player. You do what you got to do. You got 3, 4, and 5. Let's go. You got Drake May going to New England. Davey T. I understand what you're saying, Daniels. I feel New England's going to go to Daniels. That would mean they'd have to trade up with Washington to get him. I understand the fit fully. I just think Washington's going to take him, and I don't think.
I honestly think it's a smokescreen, man. I think Washington loves Drake May.
Yeah, hey, that's what makes this great. Maureen, how are you? Yeah.
Washington loves Drake May, and they know, and you know more than anybody.
Nah.
When you have a coach, a new coach in New England, and you know you're a pick before that team, maybe you can squeeze a couple draft capital out of them by sending a smokescreen.
I think it's
going to take your guy.
Absolutely. I think it would be a great move for Washington, a team that's got a lot of holes, but so does New England. New England has a lot of holes.
I think.
No, I'm saying I think it would be smart for either one of those teams to move down.
Right, but I think it's a smokescreen on Washington's part. I'll tell you
Maybe.
why. I think they love Drake May. And New England loves Daniels.
We're going to see.
Let's think. Oh, yeah.
That's how they are. Absolutely.
Get a pick.
All right, so right now, you got Drake
May
going to New England because I took Daniels. You got Harrison still going Arizona. Okay. What do you got the Chargers doing? Thank you, Ruby.
I think they're going to go they need a receiver, so I'm going to say they're going to go Malik Neighbors here. They could go left tackle, but they got Rashawn Slater. So I'm just going to say the consensus would say Malik Neighbors is the pick, so that's what I'm going to do.
All right, I'm going to take 6, 7, and 8. Is that okay?
Go ahead.
All right. Look what just happened for the Giants. If this played out this way, now I'm going to give you a little something. Right, I'm going to give you a little something that
Nick, what's going on?
Some people, it's been being whispered about. Giant ownership love Daniel. What's his name? Daniel Brown. What's his name? Jones. Daniel Jones. Yeah. Okay. I've never been a huge fan of Daniel Jones, even in college. But long story short, it's not about this. Antonio, everybody's saying hello to you.
What's going on, Maureen?
Giant ownership has given the green light. Supposedly, Joe Shane and Brian Dable want to make a change at the quarterback position. Now, they have 2 more years of contract. What's going to happen? I'm going to tell you what I think is going to happen. I don't think it'll play out this way on draft night. I think the Giants will have to move up. I don't think it's J.J. McCarthy that they love. But in this case, that's who's here. J.J. McCarthy to the Giants. He falls into their lap if it worked out this way. And it could work out this way.
So in all of these conversation boards that I'm in for the Scouting Academy,
yeah,
a lot of the scouts are saying that Marvin Harrison is going to slide just a little bit.
I believe from day one, I said I liked him better anyway.
And Marvin Harrison's going to slide a little bit, and everyone is
changes the whole draft.
They're telling, I seen it. I said it weeks and weeks and weeks ago on our first draft show that J.J. McCarthy's mental processing was wavelengths in front of everybody. But they're saying this kid, J.J. McCarthy's going to be like a top 4 pick, top 5 pick. But
I want to share something with you.
Yes.
All right. And guys in the chat that know football, I want you to hear this. Tonio, out of all the quarterbacks that are coming out, which one has the most of Josh Allen out of any of them? We've never had this conversation. Drake May, hands down.
Oh
Big,
yeah,
big,
yeah,
strong rifle. Okay.
yes,
Guess what? Joe Shane, Brian Dable drafted him.
yes,
They love him.
yeah.
Everybody believes. Everybody's Giants want to trade up for McCarthy. All I'm saying is this: don't be shocked if you hear we have a trade. The Giants have moved up to the 3
For
pick.
Drake May, for Drake May.
No, it could be either. But if we follow who scouted and went and pounded the table for Josh Allen out of a kid from Wyoming, when everybody
Not a doubt.
right. So let's pay attention to that. But I think it could be either or, and they would be happy to have either or. But I do believe they like both of them. But
And you bring up a valid point, because when you like somebody and you drafted somebody, usually you fill that mold, like what Arthur Smith is doing in
right,
Pittsburgh
there's
right now.
something the profile. He can
Cordell
run
Patterson,
big.
Michael Pruitt,
Yes,
guys that you draft, you try to emulate that through a draft process.
absolutely.
So I get what you're saying, 100%.
And
Tennessee,
that's just been some Bill Polian was really paying attention to that. So I was hearing that. All right, Tennessee. If we stay no trade on the board. Tennessee, in my opinion, left tackle. He's got control of the board, so I would say they would take the left tackle here as soon as he pops on. I'm going to take Tonio left tackle for Tennessee if it falls the way it's falling right now. I'm not
Joe
going.
Alt.
Right, thank you very much. You knew where I was going. Thank you.
Right.
And again, there's a big trade spot here. If it
Yeah.
doesn't happen, I think they go Dallas Turner.
Okay.
Now
All
you
right.
got Davey T's Bears. He's watching right now.
They just
Talk to
locked up.
Davey. Talk to Davey. He wants to hear it.
So they just locked up Jalen Johnson, who
Mhm.
people thought was going to be
Let them know who's Jalen Johnson for the Bear fans that don't know.
he's top 10 corner in the league.
Okay.
We thought he was going to be a Steeler. A lot of people thought he was going to be a Steeler. They thought he was one of the biggest trade deadline guys.
Yep.
So they locked him up. So I think they spent a lot of money on him. So maybe they can go corner, put somebody on the other side of him. Don't rule that out.
Got you.
Cole
Billy Boy,
Kmet,
what's up, kid?
Cole Kmet is Cole Kmet. It's a 2 tight end world now. So if Brock Bowers were the pick, I wouldn't be mad at that. To pair him up with Caleb Williams, what's a rookie quarterback's best friend?
Tight end.
Right? So why not get him a dog? Or you got what this was suggesting.
A lot of good options here.
Roma Dunzi would be a great fit. But me personally,
Defense.
being on the other side of things and being in these, discussion boards and stuff like that, I've learned from them immensely.
Yeah.
Teams shy away from going offense in the first top 10. Like you rarely see it where they're going to draft 2 offensive players, because you're putting your eggs in one basket, right? Why go 2 offensive players when you can get a stud on both sides of the board?
And there's a glaring need for them on defense as well.
Right, and their glaring need would be
looking right at them. Great.
Right.
Absolutely.
So, Jared Verse, in my opinion, who changed his whole identity. He came from, a lot of guys don't know this, he came from Albany University.
Small school. You played it there. Tell them.
Extremely small. Guys that transfer from low-end JUCOs go to places like that. And I'm not saying there's no talent there. I'm just saying.
Junior college. Go ahead.
He went from Albany to probably the top edge rusher in the draft, right? So Dallas Turner's gone. I think they're not going to put their eggs in one basket. They're either going to go a corner or they're going to go Jared Verse. I'm going to stick with Jared Verse here.
I think it's a great pick.
All right. Now we got the Jets. All right, they just lost their tight end, right?
Did they lose? What's his name? Yeah, they lost him.
Yeah, I mean they never had a tight end.
They never really had a tight end.
CJ Ozama, whatever you want to pronounce it.
Yeah, terrible. And who's the other kid? The kid they got from Cincinnati. You know, with all the tattoos. I like him. He's just
Tyler Eifert? No, not Eifert.
No, whatever. He's a Jag, just the guy. So
right. They have a kid who I like, but they don't give him a lot of PT. They don't give him a lot of playing time. Jeremy Ruckert from Ohio State.
Yeah,
he's a Jersey boy, so he'll be on the depth chart. But I think this is 1,000% a Brock Bowers pick. But I could be wrong. For me, it would be Brock Bowers. This could be a trade out spot. Minnesota's looking to jump up. You know,
if you're sitting there, you're the Jets pick. This is it. Where are you going?
I'm gonna go Brock Bowers here. I think it's the pick that makes the most sense. And if we're going best available, it's Rome Dunzy. But I would say Brock Bowers is the pick.
I think a lot of Jet fans would go crazy if they got him.
All right, now Minnesota. The way this fell, their guy is not there. Right? We know they want the top 3 guys. Their guy isn't there. I highly doubt they're going to go Michael Penix with this pick. So if you look at it like this, you got Justin Jefferson. They ain't going Rome Dunzy. I mean, you lost KJ Osborne.
Well, they got Jefferson and Addison, right?
Yeah, they got
2 good receivers.
Jordan Addison, who they drafted in the first round last year. I highly doubt they go back to back to back.
Yeah.
Or back to back receivers. So I would say that's off the board. I would say they're going to lock up a legit corner here. And in my opinion, there's, consensus says that Terrion Arnold is the number 1 pick. I like Quinyon. And after the draft, the combine, I actually really like Nate Wiggins. But I think we're going to throw a wrench in this one. I'm going to go Nate Wiggins here. I say he's the number 1 off the board. A lot of people fall in love. A lot of people fall in love with Bama. Bama. Nate Wiggins is a good ball player. So I'm going to stay with Nate Wiggins because I'm going to do what I want. I'm not going to do what they want.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to go Nate Wiggins here. You got Denver, Vegas, and New Orleans.
All right. I'm going to shock everybody right now. Like I said, this is going to surprise people. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and not do what I believe I would do. I'm going to do what I think Sean Payton's going to do.
Go ahead. I'm here.
And Sean Payton loved Drew Brees. Okay? He's the quarterback whisperer. There's a lot of stuff out there that Sean Payton loves Bo Nix, but that's not where I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
There's a quarterback here that makes he's best at all the quarterbacks in this draft at throwing to the 3rd level. So he's great in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, but he threw the ball downfield more than anybody, and he's the most accurate, and he's done it year after year. Yes, there was injury concerns. I personally have a problem with his throwing motion with the elbow, the way he releases the ball. I think Sean Payton is desperate in Denver to gut everything and put his stamp on this team. So it does come down to Bo Nix. I wouldn't be surprised if Denver trades up for a quarterback earlier, but there's no trade here. I'm going to surprise everybody right now and say Denver takes Bo Nix, quarterback, Washington.
Whoa.
No, Matty, not the Hail Mary. 3rd level could all, 18-yard in, over the linebackers, front of the safeties. He could go, he throws the ball down the field. A lot of guys, they're averaging 6 yards a throw. His kid was averaging 13 yards. You'd have to look it up, but he throws the ball down the field and very accurate.
Without a doubt.
Las Vegas. Oh, you went Bo Nix, Denver. All right.
Oh, that's what you said? I thought that's what you said.
That's all right. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because honestly, it was going to
What'd
go
you
back
say?
to back. Was going to go back to back anyway.
Who did
So
you say?
I said Penix to Denver.
I'm
It
sorry.
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Go quarterback again because this would work out for the Raiders because they're going Michael Penix.
Okay. I actually think that's the way it would fall.
I like Sean Payton likes Bo Nix too. He's going quarterback. And we're picking the quarterbacks here because we can't simulate a trade. I got New Orleans or you?
No, you got New Orleans. I got Indy, Seattle, and Jacksonville.
Give me pull up offensive lineman.
Okay.
Tackle.
Tackles. Okay. You got a shit ton there, bud.
Olashu Fashanu falls to them at 14 would be a dream. Take him. Trevor Penning gets moved to right tackle. He sucks at left.
Yep. All right.
You got the Colts, Seattle, Jacksonville.
So now the Colts get hold on, I didn't realize my camera was off. So you know, this one's tricky for me because you're sitting at 15 here. You could go receiver, but I love the kid Josh Downs. I love Michael Pittman, and I like the kid Pierce.
Yep.
I like Pierce. I think he's a great 3.
Boy, Brock Powers would have looked good here, huh?
Yeah, but
he's gone.
Now, if you look at their offensive line situation, right? And now you can say their left tackle isn't a premier left tackle, and their right tackle, I would say that this is a prime Talise Fuaga pick.
There
if
you
he
go.
falls. What do you think here?
I believe that they do need help on the line. I
Is
just
it more guard?
knowing Ballard, Chris Ballard, the GM there.
Correct.
I think they're lacking. Just my opinion. They got one good corner. I don't know who the other guy is.
They had the kid Isaiah Rodgers who was balling, but they do need a corner, and the way it plays out, there's a corner sitting right here.
I'm taking Terry on. I would take Terry on Arnold, or who you like. It's a matter of who you like because they can come back with a tackle later.
Yeah,
or an interior guy.
I agree. I think they're gonna go.
That's just my opinion.
No. I agree. Terrion Arnold or Talise Fuaga for me.
Who you like? Which guy you like?
I would go build on the back end of the defense. Yeah, I'm gonna go Terrion Arnold there. Seattle. I think for every mock draft for me, this guy Latu is just a Seahawk. I don't know why. Yeah. I just see him as a Seahawk, and probably won't play out that way.
If you know anything about their new head coach, Mike McDonald, think about the Ravens defense. He likes size, speed, and guys that can get to the quarterback.
That's Jacksonville, right? Jacksonville loses Calvin Ridley, but they gain.
I'm thinking right with you.
Oh, you got the next. You got Cincinnati.
Could you imagine, though, Jacksonville, if Rome and Dungy is there, how fast they would run that card to the podium? Yeah. They would be doing flips in the war room.
Yeah.
All right. I got Cincinnati to Rams, and I always wind up with your Steelers. So I'm going to screw you good tonight again. Here we go.
I'm cool with it.
I think Cincinnati they lose DJ Reader, defensive tackle, a big nose guy. I know they could use corner help. They got wide receiver issues. You got to worry about signing one of two, Jamar Chase or T. Higgins. You can only sign one. So you could go receiver here, you could go corner here, or you could go the big interior defensive lineman, Byron Murphy. Ooh. What do I think? Or they could use a tackle as well. There's some holes. I think, knowing they have an issue, I believe they're going to go receiver and let one of those guys go and have a receiver at a cheap price for the next 4 years. So
I want to
believe.
see if me and you are on the same page.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at T. Higgins as the guy that's going to go. I don't. Troy Franklin's, Keon Coleman's probably more T. Higgins than anybody, but I
Yeah.
just think it's very hard to pass on Brian Thomas. I think he's special.
Yep. So do I.
Brian Thomas, LSU.
Yep. I like for them. It's Brian Thomas and Donnie Mitchell. They're both big, tall, fast hands.
Show me the Rams. I want to see linemen and edge guys.
Okay, so we got offensive tackles.
And let me see. Not in. They could go interior. Let me see edge.
Edge. Oof.
They had some good play from some edge guys last year. They could go corner here. They could.
Yeah,
They could go corner here.
they
Let's see
definitely
the
could.
corners. Let me see them.
Got
I
a
think
few.
it's a no-brainer. He falls to 19. You got to be kidding me. Quinyon Mitchell, no doubt. Sean McVay runs the card. He takes a cab to the podium.
And the Steelers take
All
who
right.
you think they're going to take.
Look, we know what we need. We need a corner. We need a receiver. We need a center. We need an interior lineman. We need a tackle. You know how I think. I believe this is a perfect spot to trade down, still get your guy you want. But if we're going to pretend that we're here, I got three guys I'm looking at. I already, I'm looking at Fuaga hard.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Cooper DeJean very hard.
Yep.
And I'm looking at my offensive tackle. Let me see the tackles. And I'm looking at Mims very hard.
Right.
Fuaga
Especially
Mims. Fuaga Mims. Let me see wide receiver again. I don't think you take a wide receiver here if you stay at 20. So it really comes down to a corner. Who's Cooper DeJean or the tackle? I'm going to take I'm going to take Mims. I'm going to take the tackle right here, right now.
okay. I like that. I was going to
It's
say
hard
Cooper
to pass on a
DeJean.
guy that's right. For me, it's hard to pass on a tackle that's 6'7", 340 that ran a 1.60 10-yard split that can get to a safety in seconds and maul you. It's very hard to get that kind of speed from a 6'7", 340 guy that likes to maul everybody.
Why did that just happen, man?
I'll help you go through them. Don't worry about it.
No, I don't know why that happened.
Good. Now you can fix the Penix to Denver.
Yep. We got Caleb. We got
Daniel.
Jaden. We got Drake May. We had Marvin. We
You
had
guys studying film all the time. You could lose 20 picks and remember exactly where everybody went.
JJ. You got Joe Alt. You
Turner.
got Dallas Turner. You
You went
got
Jared Verse.
no.
Yeah, you went Jared
Oh,
Verse.
yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Jets, you went
Brock
Brock.
Bowers,
Minnesota, I forgot what you did.
Nate Wiggins. Denver, I went.
Oh, I'm telling you, Bo Penix. Oh, not Penix. Michael Penix.
Yes.
And then I think now that changes my Raider pick. Okay,
Okay, go ahead.
because I think the Raiders like Penix, and I don't think they like Bo Nix. So if the Raiders are here, Fuaga's the pick.
Okay, Talise Fuaga. New Orleans was a lot Fashanu, right?
Yep.
Indy was Terrion Arnold.
Yep. Seattle, you went Latula too.
Yep, I did. Latula, where is he? Right here.
Jacksonville, Duns.
Roman Dunzy, Cincinnati, Brian
Thomas. Rams, we went
Quinyon Mitchell.
Pittsburgh, we went Mims. And now you got Miami, Philly, Minnesota. Back on the clock.
All right, cool. I'm gonna go with Donnie Mitchell here.
Wide receiver.
For Miami, I think they need more firepower, taller guy. But before I do that, let me just check.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, guys.
Let me just check really fast on see where they have him. Center. Honestly, I think I'm gonna go J.C. Latham here, right tackle, protect. I'm gonna go J.C. Latham here. For the Eagles, they lose out on a safety, but then they get C.J. Gardner-Johnson back. Cooper DeJean could be the pick where they can go beef up that offensive tackle position and go get Troy Fautanu. But they lost an edge rusher. They lost Hassan Reddick, right? I think you're muted here. Oh,
I
you're
have
good
no
now.
idea what that is.
You're
This
good.
is
You're good.
crazy. This internet is insane. I don't even know where that's coming from.
It's probably a ad.
Go ahead. Yep. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go Chop Robinson for Philly.
Oh,
Minnesota, I'm gonna go interior. I'm gonna go Brian Murphy.
yeah, that would be a steal for them there.
All right, you got the next three: Dallas, Green Bay, and Tampa.
Yeah, I think Dallas lost Tyron Smith. I think they got a bunch of stuff they need. They lost the wide receiver, Gallup.
Yep.
There's a bunch they could do. I think they need corner help. I think they need safety help. It's too early for that. Let me see what's left on the tackle board.
You got it.
Fatano is a highly rated guy.
Ooh.
Could go interior. Could go Connor Barton here. I think they go Fatano if he's there. Absolutely. Fatano would be the pick. Guy's got versatility. He can play 5 positions: center, guard, and tackle, probably tight end.
So you're gonna go.
I'm going to pass on guy. I'm going Fatano, yes.
Perfect.
It's just too good a value if he's sitting there at 24.
Even
Green
though
Bay.
Guyden fits their mold, right?
Yeah, I believe he does, but I don't think he's the pick. You know me being me. I'm going to go. They got Bakhtiari problems. They got left tackle, so you're right. I think their center retired. I believe. I could be wrong. I know they have line help, and I know they need corner help. Let's see who's on the corner board here.
Okay.
He don't fall anymore. Cooper DeJean goes right there, right now. Bobby, we're trying. We're almost done, buddy. How you doing, Bobby? I can't believe Kool-Aid's still here.
Tampa, they're heavy on corners.
Yeah.
But I like Graham Barton too. You love Graham Barton. You put me on to Graham Barton.
Love him. Because he's smart. He's very smart. He can call the defenses. You don't need the quarterback to do it. And he's multiple. He can play guard. He can play center. If he plays, dominated a tackle.
I know. For how long?
3 years of tackle.
3 years, right?
Yeah. I think Tampa Bay lost Carlton and Jamal Dean, right? They lost both. Did they lose both of them?
Yes.
I think they did. I'm not sure.
You muted yourself.
Good.
You're good now.
Where you going?
No, it's your pick, Tampa.
Oh shit! You're waiting on me. I thought you had the pick.
No, I'm going with you.
All right, give me Kool-Aid McKinstry. They lost Jamal Dean. I think they lost both of them. Arizona.
Let me ask you a question. Did Graham Barton play center?
He played center. His freshman season was dominant. Played a little guard his second year, and then they needed a left tackle. And he played left tackle, but he was dominant wherever he played. Dominant. Okay. But they think at the pros he's going to be a center because he's got shorter arms.
Oh.
I'm going to go Arizona here. I think they continue to build what they're building. And here's going to be a surprise. Go linebacker, and they're going to add. I'm not going to do it. I was going to pull the trigger here. Give me interior offensive lineman,
Okay.
and everybody knows we win up front, right?
Yep.
Give me Graham Barton right here. They have the option to play him at center or guard.
Okay. Well, Buffalo traded our guy, right? So Stephon Diggs. I'm gonna go with Donnie Mitchell here.
Yeah, a lot of people love this guy.
I'm gonna go with Donnie Mitchell, and then Detroit.
Ooh, tough pick here.
Detroit. I think they're good up front. You could get a center.
I'm just curious. What's left at the edge? I'm just curious. You think is anybody worth there taking to help out Hutchinson? I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so.
No, I
At
don't.
this spot. Yeah.
I don't think
think
that's.
so.
I don't think that's the pick.
I worry about Missouri defensive ends. I got a problem with them. I know I shouldn't.
How old is Frank Ragnow?
He's still got some years left, still dominant.
Yeah.
But I understand what you're thinking. I'm trying to think. They got run on a lot, and I'm looking at somebody.
Yeah. Well. But here's the thing here, right? They definitely don't need anything up front. Running back, I think they're good with Jahmyr Gibbs. Receiver.
You got
Here's the
Omar
thing.
St. Brown. You got
You got Amon-Ra St. Brown, and you got the tight end Sam Laporta, but they lost that playoff game because of drop footballs.
You got Reynolds.
Yeah, Reynolds.
Maureen, I hope we didn't bore you too much, Maureen. Thank you for coming in, hon. We'll see you hopefully tomorrow night or the next night.
I'm gonna go Xavier Worthy here. I'm gonna go Xavier Worthy and give him an explosive weapon on the offensive side of the ball. Their whole team is speed. I'm gonna go Xavier Worthy here. I would like to go linebacker and get picked. You know what?
Pull the trigger.
Yeah, I'm gonna pair.
They did it last year without the Iowa kid.
I'm gonna pair Captain Jack Campbell up with Peyton Wilson.
Woo!
I'm gonna
sideline to sideline. Love it. The dread. Yeah. Oh boy, if they have. They got Linderbaum, right?
Oh, they do.
They lost Morgan Moses. I don't know what they're going to do. They lost the bunch. They need corners. I don't know. They got some holes.
Oh, Tyler Linderbaum, you're right. They don't need Jackson Powers.
You lost Morgan Moses, your right tackle. Your left tackle's always hurt, Ronnie Stanley. That's me. I'm looking at that. But they got no corners either. Zero. Without Humphrey, they have nobody. Receiver help. I mean, I don't know what they got on the receiver end. Nobody I worry about. They lose Patrick Queen. You just killed them taking Peyton Wilson. Now BK, is guiding the guy. I don't know.
You know what?
Gotta help Lamar. Maybe I don't know.
I'm gonna give them Xavier Worthy.
Okay.
And then Sam Fran is
gonna Finish it up.
Well, no, you're gonna have the last pick.
All right. Whatever.
Sam Fran is gonna go. They love defensive linemen, so I'm gonna go Jersh. I'm gonna go Tyler Guyton here.
That's a good pick. I think they do need that because my man Trent Williams is up in the long in the tooth.
Yep, you go. Last pick.
All right, last pick. I do think the Andy Reid special. You got this kid's probably going to go to jail, Rashid Rice. And rightfully so. Leaving the scene of a crime, hitting a 4-year-old in a car, doing 140. Thank God the kid's okay. And he leaves the scene of the crime. Makes no sense. He's going to jail. And Andy Reid is in need of a few things because they lost William Gay, linebacker.
Yes, they did.
They lost their best corner.
Yes, they did.
Let's see who's left on the corner. I don't see him doing it. Let me see the wide receivers. I see it right there.
I like him a lot. I like Lad McConkey. I just don't think he fits their mold, but he's a guy that gets open.
Go all the way down. I'm going to give him a gadget. I'm going to give him Tez Walker right here. It's either Walker or Jalen Polk. Somebody could stretch the field like Rashid. Keon Coleman's there. Didn't know he was there. Give me Keon Coleman.
Got it. All right. That's the first round.
And that's the first round of the mock. That is it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed whatever we did. Next Thursday night for draft night, we'll be on an hour early than the draft.
Yes, we will.
We'll do a mock draft, and we will be doing the picks before the picks come in as well. I know it's not everybody's thing, but I thank everybody for coming in and spending time with us. And I hope you enjoyed what time you did spend here. Thank you all so much, always. And as I said, we're one here. Without you guys, we don't have anything. So thank you again. I hope everybody has a great night. Cinnamon, Maureen, Bobby, Stevie, everybody's here. Nikki, everybody. Mateo, thank you so much. Benny, Davey T, my man. Maureen. I'd also like to thank the troll that never came back to come on. Dana, what's happening, Dana? Good to see you. Roy, love you, bud. OG Ruby, awesome. You know that. Nick, love you, pal. I'll call you in a little bit. Timmy Irish, we miss you, bud. You'll be back, Timmy. I'm going to do this before I go, just to show you I made a new one, Timmy. All right, 80 days, Timmy. I keep skipping days. Sideline Scout Antonio, thank you for rushing home and getting on. I appreciate it. Bay Watcher, my brother, hope all is well. Thank you for popping in. Always. Chris Gorky, thank you. And if I forgot anybody, I hope I didn't. Be well. Duke, my man. Thank you, Duke, for popping in, brother. Always a pleasure to have you here, that's for sure. And Jimmy D, love you, pal. Can't wait for Friday, as you know, always. Maddie Boy, Cinnamon Girl, and Duke, of course. And I think we got Osada. Thank you, Osada. I didn't even know you were in the house. Sorry, my man. Bobby again, just making sure I didn't miss nobody. And we're good. I think we're good. If I did miss anybody, I am sorry. You know that. I hope you know that. And I want to thank this poor fellow that came in the troll and got caught doing those horrific things with his porter. It's a shame. But I promise you, we will have merchandise for you with your name on it. Benny, thank you, brother. So, Chad McDonough, you're more than welcome to get a link and come on and be a man. And whatever's on your mind, get it off your mind. But because you weren't that, I'm going to have T-shirts made just for you. I promise you, I'll do something for you and your whole crew. So as they expose themselves, maybe I'll have to wait for the whole band to be together. Or I'll just figure out who's who. All right? I wish you well, Chad. Sorry to hear about your problems with your, getting caught on film doing that with another man. It's terrible. All right? You be well. You take care of yourself. I hope you get help for that. Take care, guys. Be well. Good night. Break bowls with me, guys. I love it. Keep it coming. Be well. Love you guys. Call you in a little bit. Bobby. Nick, I'll talk to you soon. Timmy Irish, if you listen, love you, bud. Later, pal. Good night, everybody. Good night.